What it do? What it do? It's your boy BX Brother 718_TV live with NBA 2K21, My League Online, USBA, My League Online Season 5. Got my Nets going up against Rockets. Stuff double time. Nick class. Me myself. Get it poppin'.
Thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. NBA action is coming up. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge is on our sideline. Looking at the last game.
Go get it, dog. Okay.
So the Rockets win the tip. Ball taking his time here. Harden outside. 5 on the clock. Here's the drive. In transition, here come the Nets. KD leading the charge.
Yes, and how about the unselfishness? Paul George has no problem sharing the ball.
Now here's Wall. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. And Durant sends it back. Here's George. And George with the stuff.
Well, I tell you what, George has tremendous bounce ability. It's always fun to see him launch and throw it down.
Pass to Nance. To the paint. Kaji, good. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough. Being... Ready. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis and LeBrons who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But two other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. Two guys, when you look at those two, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Now here's Durant. Outside for George. Here's the three. Action coming off the assist from KD. George has got 5.
He can certainly stroke it from deep. The three-pointer is not a shot that George is going to pass up.
Harden outside. Nance outside. Back to Harden. Paul George with the steal. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. On the wing, George. Ball with the steal. Harden with it. George picks him up. Harden outside. And there's the drive. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
You know, Harden has that quick first step. Once he sees a lane to the rim, he's going to take it.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to catch up with the head coach of the Rockets. We talked about the best strategy of containing Kevin Durant on the offensive end. Coach told me Kevin's going to get his. You can't stop that. But if you can push him off his favorite spots,
Pass the rock. I hate when they do that, man.
To our defense. Well, they've done their homework on KD, but the exam is going to be harder. Guys?
Thank you, David. Now here's Harden. And the points, his average stands at just about 29.5 points a game. And there's the shot violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Nets leading by 5. Here's Mann. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Durant in the corner. From deep. Nets with the new shot clock. Knocks it loose. The Nets need to get a shot off here. A shot by Johnson, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Harden surveying the D with the drive. Out to Nance for the three. Houston moving the ball around. And James Harden good for three. Harden's got 5 points so far.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off. Timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
All with it. Harris, right side. Shoots the three. He can't get it to go. The Nets go the other way with it. And Joe Harris, the lethal shooter, he can also be a threat in the pick-and-roll game.
Yeah, Harris does a great job reading what a defense is giving. He's more than just a catch-and-shoot type of player. Harris can hit shots on the move and isn't afraid to go at defenders.
Here is Wall. After the basket by Brooklyn. Harden outside. On the clock. Here's Najee. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. From downtown, and James Harden hits from deep.
Timeout.
Harden's got a couple of threes now in the first for the Rockets. Here's Ashley. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. Outside Durant. Outside for George. Just 5 on the clock. And the shot is good from Johnson.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Harris outside. For three. Brooklyn with the rebound. Now George. He has 5. Pass to Ashley. There's the triple. It's hauled in by Harris. Nuggets trailed by 4. Here's Hughes. And a miss there on the triple. And it's Durant with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Nets. Here's Ashley. That's in, coming off the assist from Katie. And the Nets lead by 7.
Well, you can rely on Durant to do it all. I mean, he'll produce on his own, but he also works really hard to find his team shots as well.
Now here is Harris. He's still scoreless so far in this
Good
one.
pass.
The shot's good from Nance.
Fitz.
And, you know, when you get a clean look at the rim, Harden usually will find you. I think he's underrated and undervalued at making his teammates better.
Pass to KD. It's George on the wing. Floats one up. That one goes in. George has got 7 points.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
You're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Now here's Harden. He's got 8. Out to the right wing. Cleaves. Offline with his 3. Pass to Ashley. Outside, KD. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start?
Yeah, he's setting himself up to be their go-to guy today.
Pass to Harris. Drills it from outside.
You know, knocking down the 3 guys, that's one of the premier three-point gunners in the NBA, Joe Harris.
So for the Nets.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think
See,
there's
Paul
gonna be
George
a
is
new
supposed
wrinkle in
to-
their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Here's Mann. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That is his first foul of the game. Both teams will make substitutions.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
Now, here is Harden. 8 points for him. Pass to Najee. Poked loose. Brown with it. And Burks picks him up defensively. Into the lane. Outside for George. From deep three-point range, an absolute bomb from three-point range. George has got 12 in the game. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Nets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the night here. Brooklyn leading by 6. Here's Ashley. Pass to Smith. On the wing, George. Shot clock at 5. .127 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Harden. And the jam by Harden.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back three, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber.
And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention 4-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency. Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strength to finish through the contact.
That's exactly how it should be done. Get the bump, concentrate on the shot, and you'll get the bucket too.
Brooklyn leading by 3. Here's Ashley. Outside, George. The kick out to Brown. Clock at 4. Back to George. That one, no good. And the Rockets take it the other way. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Burks. The 3. The rebound by the Nets. Harden outside. Now, here's Burks. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Brooklyn. That quarter had to take. And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at the next performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
And you know what? That's what happens when you establish your three-point game early. Puts the defense right up against it.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulty.
Just, what's going on, man?
Given that may be,
Yeah, I am.
the results.
I'm still learning this game.
You're right.
I've been away for 2 years, so
David, thanks for that report.
trying to get back to it.
Brooklyn leading by 5.
I used to be a clamp guard. Oh, that's money.
Outside, KD.
Nope. Plus the commissioner, man, kind of watered down the sliders, man. So it ain't like it was previous season. Harder to shoot a little bit.
Outside, Wall. They swipe it. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone. And the slam.
All right, Keldon.
Well, they weren't going
What's good though, man? Where you been at, bro?
to get out and run following the steal.
On the wing, Nance. The the mark.
Look at Durant. Look at him. He's supposed to stay in the corner, but then he cuts as soon as you pass the ball. I hate that, yo.
And he drives in. The offensive rebound. Here's Najee. And another shot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, I'm trying. You know what? I'm waiting for next version of 2K. So I'm just trying to get my as much games as I can in this league, and then get used to the gameplay and be ready for next year.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, those could be future.
See, look at that. Like, he ain't supposed to be doing that. Look at that. Oh my God.
In high school. Go figure.
Go figure is right. Clock is at 3. The 3 from Johnson. Not going to go that time.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But
Oh my
his
God.
teammates
Come
have picked up
on.
the slack. And they've gotten away from the inside.
Oh, you did?
This
Oh, no
quarter.
wonder I didn't see you, man. I was trying to tag you the other day, man, but
To that game plan.
your name definitely wasn't coming up.
And punish the
What happened? How come you left?
And that one misses.
Hard not to appreciate the brilliance of Wall. I mean, a super fast, quick player, a guy who runs the offense exceedingly well.
George looking over the floor. Knocks down the 3 ball. George has got 15 points.
Boy, from the looks of it, it appears the defense is fine with him taking that shot, but he makes them pay when they do.
Some nice passing there by Houston. Right side Durant. To the wing right side. Man. Burks pulls it in. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for the Houston Rockets. 6-point game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. The Rockets shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight. First free throw is good.
Yeah, in this quarter they've had the right approach.
Really?
Driving.
Man, yo, honestly, I felt like you was the life of the
Create opportunities to get to the line.
Yeah, I like
Of the whole
everything you said
server.
there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent.
good block.
because the
Look at
game
that.
isn't going up and down as much.
After Najee. Stolen by George. Johnson outside. Knocked
Oh
loose.
my God. Come on with these
Here's
animations, man.
Burks covering. KD on the wing. And here is Drummond. Outside for KD. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
Nah, fuck it though. It is what it is, man. I pop up in there here and there. You know, I got a life, man. I can't be drawn in there 24/7 every day. I kind of feel like that's what they looking for too.
As a floor general, he's a real maestro out there. Terrific at finding the open guy on time and on target.
Driving in. Man can't hit. And we have an intentional
I gotta
foul
get out of
there,
this
GA.
joint, get back
Wish
into
I
man.
could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Look, see, zone again. It's saying 2-3 zone, but when you hit the thing, they in fucking man.
Pass to Burks.
Fuck, yo.
Back to Wall. Drives to the hoop. Offensive rebound. Out to the right wing. Here's Cleaves. Tries again. He takes it up and lays it in. He's got 5.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Outside, KD. Takes a 3. Hits it from three-point range. KD's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, his timing is just superb. Durant absolutely lethal on catch and shoot opportunities.
Greg, as a point guard, you must have had so much fun being surrounded by so much terrific talent at UNLV.
You know, Larry Johnson, Stacey Augmon, I mean, I could go on. And you're right, I was blessed to play alongside these guys. They were incredible talents, finishers. And, you know, you don't always appreciate it going through that moment, but the fact that we're all still close and stay in contact, man, what an awesome experience to be a part of that team.
Chemistry must have been off the charts on that team.
It was, and we had a lot of personalities, man. It was a different era back then. But I tell you, again, I wouldn't trade that experience for anything.
And here's Wall. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
The Rockets have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
And this year, they haven't quite been able to maintain the free throw percentage they had last season.
And then Durant with the dunk.
Boy, with that long reach of his, so easy for KD to throw it down.
Outside, Wall. And the Rockets getting another bucket right there.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Pass to Durant. Here's Mann. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Drummond. Up and in on the layup. Drummond's got 4 points this quarter.
A tall and powerful big. Drummond has a natural ability to finish inside.
To the inside.
Why are we? Oh, God.
And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk. Guys, what a tight start to the game this has been.
And it's still in the first half. This could be a wild one.
Pass to Mann. Fires for 3. That's good, and it's KD with the assist. Mann's got 5 now.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. Andre Drummond picks one up.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Outside, George. KD, that's for 2. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Excellent example of toughness and physicality on defense. Got his nose right in the middle of things and made a play.
And team strategies closely guarded. One aspect of the game the fans aren't always privy to.
Yeah, typically there's some type of adjustment made out of a timeout. It might be major, or it could be just a slight tweak.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
I'll tell you one thing. They've cashed in on a lot of second chance opportunities here in the first half.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnover.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lesson. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
I don't understand how is that out of fucking block, yo.
Got 4 points this quarter.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And another turnover here by Brooklyn. There's a screen. And he uses the glass on the layup. Harden's got the lead up to 4 now for the Rockets.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
To the wing on the left. The tray. Ashley's shot is off.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Nance, no good.
And that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and time. Oh, my goodness! That was special. And you know what? For me, these dunks show exactly how great an athlete George is. I mean, sometimes you're surprised that the basket doesn't come down with the force he punches it with.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Mann. 5 points in the game. 6 on the shot clock. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Nance.
And that strength of Drummond at times can be overwhelming. Awesome at staying with his shot even when the pressure is on.
Nance outside. Fires it up. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Boy, he knows he should have knocked that one down, especially with the defense not giving much of an effort.
Johnson outside. It's Brown with the drive. Right wing. Pass to Drummond. There's 1:26 left to play here in the second quarter. Tries yet again. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Houston gets called for the
Slightly
foul.
early.
The Nets shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight.
And as a unit, they're shooting 78% from the line. That's a solid number to work with on the season. And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Now here's Wall. Inside. And the jam by Larry Nance.
And I like that play. Nance on the roll. Great athleticism. Tough to defend.
pass to Johnson. Three-pointer. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Here's Harris. It's up a 3. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Pass to Brown. Johnson outside. Down low. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
No luck that time either.
Selected 9th overall in the 2012 draft, Drummond's carved out a nice NBA career for himself.
Nance a screen. Got it off in time. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for Brooklyn. He ends up dropping in 2 from distance, making a difference from long range in this one. Back to the action after this word. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. For the lead, it's hauled in by Harris. Now the Rockets with it. When this game is done, they'll be off to Chicago as they take on the Bulls. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Inside, here's Hughes. And it's sent back by Drummond. A shake. And it's Durant laying it in. Durant's got 9.
Nice handles, tight handles, fluid handles, right into his shooting motion. Durant able to do everything on the offensive end.
And Wall with the slam.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
And it just forces the defense to pay more attention to him, guys, which we know can open up things for others.
And Durant gets it to go. He's got 11.
Well, his game offensively is fully developed. Durant has no holes in his offensive game. Comfortable from any place on the floor.
Pass to Nance. From deep. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. And the Rockets lead by 1. At the elbow, it's Drummond. Back to Durant. Drummond. It's stolen by Nance. Here's Cleaves. Score the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7. Here's Mann. 5 points in the game. Here's George. Drummond trying to get himself free. George, no good.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Yeah, tit for tat on the glass. Just one more aspect of what's been a very closely contested ball game here. Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Outside for George. Will it go? Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
No success thus far trying to guard George tonight. I mean, he is absolutely shredding it.
Outside, Wall. To the middle. Cleaves. That one is good again. He's 6 for 8 from the floor with the basket.
And so far in the second half, this has been a different kind of game than what we saw early on.
No question about it. I mean, these teams are really battling hard now.
The shot by George, wide open. No good on the 3.
You know, he just has not been himself this period. Just too inconsistent up and down at the offensive end.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. they can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Pass to Nance. That shot is off. And Brooklyn will come the other way. Durant with it. He's picked up by Wall. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Houston leading by 7. Drummond grabs the miss. And the Nets with possession. Here's Mann. He has 5.
That should give him a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GA.
And, you know, that's exactly what happens when you don't settle. That's the result. Tremendous effort and a big-time finish there.
Nance, a screen. On the wing, Nance. Another miss by Houston. Brooklyn trails by 5. Johnson outside. KD with it. He's got 11. And the foul on Larry Nance Jr. That's his 3rd foul of the game. On defense, the Rockets. It's Durant on the wing. That's tipped. And now here comes Wall, leading the break. A shot by Harden, wide open. And it's off from three-point range. KD on the wing. Pass to Harden. And there's the call on Andre Drummond. That's his 5th foul.
And it's clear he's been a little out of control here tonight. The refs clearly have their eyes on him, and that's number 5.
Now Harden, 19 points in the game. Going inside, and it goes down 2 points.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Brooklyn trails by 8. Here's Mann. 7 points in the game. Outside for George. Launches a 3. It's rebounded by Houston.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
It's Harden with the drive, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Hey, Harden is seeking contact. He is hunting bodies when he drives. So good at just getting his body into the path of the defense.
Houston making a switch. Harden hits them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Here's Ashley. 5 points in the game. Here's George. And Maker sends it back.
And the difference Maker has on this end, love whenever he gets up to swat shots back. He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Here's Ashley. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Ashley's got 7.
Defensively, you just can't afford to give these easy looks up. Just asking to get burned if you do.
And here's Harden. Clock at 6. Goes to the reverse layup and traps it in. He's got 15.
That's as good as it gets right there. Beautiful reverse layup in traffic.
Here's Ashley. It's rebounded by Houston. Pass to Hughes. Harden outside. Out to Nance. Fires the three. It's hauled in by Ashley. Brooklyn trails by 10. Now here is George. His three-pointers off the mark.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. And tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. There will be a subtle but significant change on the court this season. Wilson is now the official basketball supplier for the NBA and its affiliated leagues. In fact, they were the association's original supplier starting in 1946. Now, after a nearly 4-decade hiatus, Wilson reclaims that position. Guys, back to you.
We appreciate that, David. Thank you. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Rockets.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, and another thing, they've created a lot of turnovers, but they've also been able to convert when they've gotten out in transition.
And finished off by KD.
A power flush with a long hang on the rim at the end of that.
That could be a catalyst for him. It really could.
We've seen those kinds of plays get them going in the past.
From deep, Harden. And another three for Houston.
Well, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Brooklyn trails by 14. Here's Mann. He's got 7. Johnson gets the bucket. Johnson's got 7.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Harden outside. Houston needs to get a shot. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. Here's Mann. Pass to Drummond. It falls for his 5th field goal tonight. Now shooting 5 for 8. And here are the Rockets now. And led by as many as 14 points. Now here's Harden. He's got 27. Houston moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Here's Hughes. Banked in off the glass.
God,
Hughes got 7 points for the quarter.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Driving the lane. Mann uses the glass to finish the layup.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Pass to Hughes. Harden outside. To the inside. And the dunk by Maker.
Hey, when you're a footer, that means over 7 feet tall. It's easy to throw it down. All he needs is the right positioning, and it's done.
And here's Smith. Here's Brown. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time.
Just no resistance inside at all. They are feasting. This is a straight buffet.
It is. It's a big one. Unload the plate.
Yeah, exactly. It sure is. Plenty of second opportunities. 8 of their last 10 points from the paint, but the defense still continues to back away and not show any aggression.
Seconds left to play in the third. Maker, no one around him. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Maker's got 7 points. "17 seconds left in the third. Smith outside. And so they foul intentionally. Here's Mann. Pass to Drummond. And an intentional foul right there. And he hasn't cashed in on his chances at the line, only making 1 free throw.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Guys, when you compare against last year, I mean, this season has been a pretty painful drop-off in his free throw numbers. I mean, he's not making the key chances he's getting at the foul line.
And so it's Houston. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. We've got more in store for you right after this. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Pass to Hughes. Fires from deep. Drains it from beyond the arc. Hughes got the 4th quarter going with the first basket of the period here for Houston. KD on the wing. Johnson outside. There's the 3. The Rockets pull it in.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
To the paint. Here's Maker. The kick out to Wall. From beyond the arc. The rebound by Johnson. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Nets. They trail by 14. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. And that'll be the 3rd of the 4 straight at home.
A good look there, and he didn't waste it. His second 3 of the game.
Nance a screen. On the wing, Nance. And there's the call on Durant. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Both teams deciding to change it up. Now a timeout called by Houston. sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Hey guys, well, during the break I was able to catch the message Houston's coach gave to his team. He likes where things are headed, but he cautioned them to play smart the rest of the way. He said carelessness with the ball, with assignments, with rotations, any of that can undo what we've worked to accomplish so far. Kevin, they are so close.
Outside, George. From the arc. And no good that time. And Houston the other way now. Works with it. Pass to Harden. This one for three. Rebound by Johnson.
You know, brick after brick after brick. I mean, that's been the story for him this quarter. I mean, he's got to brain it in down the stretch here.
Here's Ashley. Outside, George. And he's good on the three ball. George has got 26.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Najee. Paul George with the steal. Johnson with it. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
So here's Burks. Harris outside. It's stolen by Johnson. Harden outside. Lets it go from deep. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
Durant feeling it out a bit. Just 5 to shoot. Sinks it from just inside the baseline.
And when he rises up, he knows he's probably going to get a clean look. It's a matter of executing.
You know, for me, it doesn't get any better than seeing big fellows who can use the mid-range jumper to their advantage.
And yes, it's good. Harden's got 15 points here in the second half.
He's certainly been their go-to guy when it matters most. He's trying to close this one out.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Takes the three. Doesn't go that time. And Houston the other way now.
Feels to me like this team is going to need more from him, guys. I mean, if they're to erase this deficit, he's got to step up.
To the inside. Najee. Nice pass. Nice catch and a resounding dunk.
Well, you got to admire the precise passing of Harden. All he needs is a little crack to thread the needle.
Pass to Ashley. Outside, George. Outside, KD. Shoots. And too long on the shot.
Well, the defense refusing to give up anything easy. Love seeing that kind of intensity.
Harden outside. And the call on the shot, it sends him to the line. That one on George.
And you got to know Harden's looking to get to the line. I mean, one of the best in the game at going right into the defender and drawing fouls.
Several teams changing it up here.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. Can't do much better than that, guys.
Outside, George lets it go with a three. It's rebounded by Najee. to Najee. To the right side. Lets the three fly. Gets it to go for bucket number 8. He's taken just 10 shots.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. It's been a collective effort, contributions from everybody. That is super efficient, getting in deep and then taking advantage.
Harden outside. There's the screen. Here's Harden on the wing. In the corner, Nance with it. Here's Najee. Back to Harden.
Kick it out! Kick it out!
Driving to the basket. And the shot goes down.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
So both teams making some changes here. We know, Greg, the NBA is full of superstars, yet you can foul out of the game after 6 personal fouls, and some have suggested instead just tacking on an extra free throw when a player commits their 6+ foul, and then they can stay in the game.
You know, I think something along those lines could make sense. No doubt it's tough to see the marquee player riding the bench because it's not just the 6th foul, right? In some coaches, you pick up 2 in the first quarter, you're done for the quarter. You pick up a 3rd in the second, you're done for the half.
Yes.
So I would like to see something, but I think it's got to also be fair. Maybe you get free throws and another possession. Maybe something along those lines might be in the best interest of the game.
I like it. On the wing, Johnson. Pass to Drummond. Low block shot. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Rockets leading by 19 points. Nance outside. A 3 ball. Rebounded by the Nets.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Brown outside. And the foul on Joe Harris. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Timeout.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
Yeah, and I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Stolen away. Nance with it. Now Smith defending. Pass to Hughes. And here's Harris from the arc. Rebound by Johnson.
Well, most games he can knock it down from deep, but it just isn't there for him in this one.
Here's Mann. From past the arc. No good. He's missed 3, and he's made 4 of his 7. Harris outside. Outside, Wall. Pass to Nance. Jacks up a 3. That one, no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Brown. Hits from the high post. And here's Wall. Pass to Harris. Beyond the arc. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. Drummond. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
You know, he was waived after his second year in the league, guys, but Joe Harris didn't let that stop him. He improved his skills, and he's carving out a nice career for himself.
Brooklyn trails by 19. Johnson outside. Wants to get it to Brown and does. It's hauled in by Harris. Rockets on offense. They're on a 17-6 run. To the middle. Here's Najee. That's good. And so Wall with the assist. Najee's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Well, once they recognized the advantage they had inside, it made a lot of sense just to continue to attack that area.
Down low. And he jams it with authority.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Greg, your son's been drafted. You were drafted in the NBA. As you look back on the process that you went through and your son Cole has gone through, what are some of the flags? What are some of the things that stand out to you?
First and foremost, boy, how time flies. I mean, it wasn't
Yeah,
that
no
long
kidding.
ago. At least
No
it feels
kidding.
like that they were calling my name on draft night. But
91, right?
Yeah.
91.
You know, every stage of life, though, has its joys. And listen, to play the game I love and now see him playing it at this level, it's truly a blessing. And in his case, he probably loves it even more. You know, he didn't grow up the way I did. He grew up just with a true love and passion for the game. So it's humbling and obviously something that I take great pride in.
You were taken out of UNLV 1991, number 12 overall. Remember it like it was yesterday.
Boy, a big man with great touch from deep, always a valuable commodity in today's game.
Inside. Pass to Najee. Harris outside. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Brooklyn trails by 20.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for Houston.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
Absolutely. I mean, they had this date circled on the calendar for redemption. I mean, you never want to lose 2 games and be swept. It can be harder in an East-West game than playing against teams in your own conference. So this is a big win for them.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for James Harden.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
Now here's Wall. So we see the Rockets taking the win here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.